Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to understand how to enroll user in Zenler course and create a subscriber in Klaviyo on Instamojo payment. So are you also using Instamojo for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here I'm doing the same. I'm running a edutech company and with the help of my Instamojo account I'm selling courses online. And now I wish that as soon as a new payment is made in my Instamojo account, that is as soon as a new course is sold in my Instamojo account, automatically that student should be enrolled in my course and my Zenler account too, and also with the help of same details, a new subscriber should be created in my Klaviyo account too, so that I can send the student the future updates and promotions. So to do all of this, we are going to create a connection between Instamojo, Zenler and then Klaviyo. So to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to understand how to enroll user in Zenler course and create a subscriber in Klaviyo on Instamojo payment. So as you know that I'm running a edutech company and sell my courses online using Instamojo. Now when someone purchases a course on my Instamojo account, they should be automatically enrolled to a student on my Zenler account for that course, so that the student receives the instant access of their course, and a subscriber should be created with the same information on my Klaviyo account so that they stay connected with my future updates and promotion. So to do all of this, I've successfully opened all of my accounts and I've also opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. So it is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps where you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And now it is opening my dashboard, and to start with the automation, I'm going to click on this button which is create workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which is automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to enroll user in Zenler course and create a subscriber in Klaviyo on Instamojo payment. And then we are going to click on create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So where we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And now we are going to select our trigger application which is Instamojo, because I want that as soon as a new payment is received in my Instamojo account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for Instamojo and then we are going to select this which is Instamojo V2. And now for the trigger event, we are going to select it as new sale. And now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Pabbly's workflow and our Instamojo account. So to create this connection, we are going to read the help text, and it is saying log into your Instamojo account, click on the product on which you wish to select the webhook. So first I'm going to copy this webhook URL, then we are going to open our Instamojo account. And as you can see that this is the dashboard of my Instamojo account. From here we are going to go on smart pages. And as you can see over here are all the products I offer. So now I'm going to select this product which is PHP for programming because I want to create this automation for this product. So I'm going to go on this three dots and then edit page. And then over here you can see page settings. So we are going to go on this, and as you can see webhooks right over here, so we are going to go on this. And now as you can see add webhooks right over here, so I'm going to click on this button and switch this on. And now it is asking me to enter the valid webhook URL. So we are going to paste the URL we copied from our workflow, and now it is asking me for the information to be sent. So I'm going to select it as successful payments. And now after doing this, we are going to click on save and update, and again we are going to click on this save and update. And yes, you can see that we have successfully added this webhook URL in our course which is PHP for programming. And now we are going back to our workflow, and over here you can see that it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture the webhook response, we have to do a test submission. And in order to do this test submission, I'm going to open my Instamojo account, and over here we are going to go on the 3 dots and share page. So we are going to copy this page URL, and then we are going to open this in a new tab, and we are going to purchase this course. So I'm going to click on enroll now right over here. We are going to enter the details. So I'm going to enter the details as this: first name dummy, last name user, email as dummy@pabblytudes.com, and over here you can see the phone number. And then we are going to click on add delivery information. So for the address, I'm going to keep it as Street 62, Indore, the city, and then for the pin code, I'm going to keep it as this only, state as Madhya Pradesh. And now it is saying use GST number for this payment, so I'm going to switch this off, and then we are going to click on proceed to pay. And yes, you can see that it is asking me for the payment method, so I'm going to select UPI right over here, and I'm going to do the payment right over here. And yes, you can see that we have successfully completed this payment. So this means that we have successfully did the test submission. And now this means that Instamojo has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response of this submission or not. And yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the webhook response, where you can see all the details. Over here you can see the payment status, success. We are going to move on forward. You can see the payment amount. Over here you can see the course name. We are going to move on forward. Over here you can see the address that we entered, city, country. Over here you can see the pin code, state, and over here you can see all the rest of the details: name, phone number, and email. So yes, with this our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. So for our action application, we are going to select Zenler right over here, because I want that as soon as someone purchases or as soon as a new sale is made in my Instamojo account, automatically that student should be added in the course in my Zenler account too. So I'm going to search for it, and then we are going to select it. And now for the action event, we are going to select it as enroll user to a course, and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Zenler account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the API key and the school/account. So to get this, we are going to follow the help text, and it is saying you can get the API key from this. So over here I'm going to copy this, and then we are going to paste it in our new tab. But over here you can see that instead of school name, I have to enter my school name. So I'm going to put my Zenler account, and as you can see, the name of my school is Pabbly. So I'm going to copy this, and then we are going to enter this same over here in our school name, and then we are going to open this URL. And yes, over here you can see that this is our API key. So we are going to copy this API key, and then we are going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting the API key, it is asking me for the school/account. So I'm going to enter the school name again, which is Pabbly. So I'm going to enter it, and then we are going to click on save. And as soon as we are going to click on save, you can see that we have successfully connected our Zenler account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the course ID. So over here we are going to select a particular course. So over here my course will be PHP course for beginners. So I'm going to select it. And now it is asking me for the course plan ID. So to get this, we are again going to read the help text, and it is saying you can get the plan ID example this. So over here we are going to look for this URL, and as soon as we are going to open this URL, before edit and after pricing, we are going to get the plan ID. So first I'm going to open my Zenler account, and from here we are going to go on courses, and now we are going to select the course we want to create this automation for. So I'm going to select PHP course for beginners, and over here we are going to go on pricing, and then we are going to select the pricing and click on edit. And as you can see that this is the URL we wished for, and this is the course plan ID. So I'm going to copy this course plan ID, and then we are going to paste this right over here. So as you can see that I've successfully pasted my course plan ID, and now it is asking me for the email address, first name and last name. So we are going to map this. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Instamojo as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new sale made on my Instamojo account. So I'm going to give you an example that over here in front of email address, if I'm going to enter dummy@pabblytudes.com manually, then this will not change with every new sale made in my Instamojo account, because this is a static information and I've entered it manually. But if I'm going to map it from the previous response, suppose over here you can see the email, so I'm going to map it. So but if I'm going to map map it from the previous response, it will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And now it is asking me for the first name and last name. So I'm going to search for name right over here, and as you can see, dummy user. So as you can see that the full name is combined and we don't have the first name and last name separately. So we are going to split the full name into first name and last name. So to do this, we are going to add another action step between our trigger and action. And now for the action application, we are going to select text formatter by Pabbly. So it is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the text. And now for the action event, we are going to select split text, and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me for the text to split, so I'm going to map the name right over here. So I'm going to search for name, and then we are going to map dummy user. And now we are going to select the separator. So in the help text, you can see that it is saying enter the special characters or word separators to split the text. For space, use the separator as space. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to paste it right over here in my separator because I want to separate dummy and user. And then for the segment index, I'm going to select it as all, and then we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see dummy user. So the full name has been separated in first name and last name with the help of my text formatter by Pabbly. So I'm going to move on to my Zenler action step, and over here we are going to map the first name from the text formatter only, and we are going to map the last name too. And after mapping both of this, we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see success. User enrolled to the course successfully with Plan Core PHP Programming. So I'm going to open this course and check that if the user has been enrolled there or not. So I'm going to open my Zenler account again, and from here we are going to go on overview. And now as you can see that dummy enrolled in course, so I'm going to open this. And yes, you can see the details, dummy, user, and dummy@pabblytunes.com. So yes, with this action step is successful. Now we are going to add another action step because I also want to create a Klaviyo subscriber with the same details. So I'm going to search for Klaviyo right over here, and as you can see Klaviyo V2 and V1. So I'm going to select Klaviyo V2 right over here. And then for the action event, we are going to select it as create a profile, and then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection again. So if you have already connected your Klaviyo V2 account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and then connect with Klaviyo. And now it is asking me for the revision. So I'm going to select it as this only, and then we are going to click on save. And yes, now it is saying app has not been reviewed. So it is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to click on continue and give it all the permissions it is asking for. And I'm going to select my account right over here. And now over here, you can see that it is asking me for all of these permissions. So I'm going to click on allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly save, and as soon as we are going to click on allow, you can see that we have successfully connected our Klaviyo account with our Pabbly's workflow. And again, it is asking me for the email address, so we are going to map the email address. Over here, you can see dummy@pabblytunes.com. We are going to map the phone number too, so I'm going to search for phone number and we are going to map it. And now it is asking me for the external ID. So as you can see that this is not the required field, so I'm going to leave it as blank. We are going to map the first name from the text formatter step, and then we are going to map the last name also from the text formatter step. And after mapping all of these details, we are going to move on forward. We are going to map the address too, so I'm going to search for it. And as you can see right over here, street 62, so we are going to map it. For the city, we are going to map the city, so I'm going to search for city, and as you can see in those, so we are going to map it. We are going to map the country too, so I'm going to search for country also. And as you can see India, so we are going to map it. And now we are going to move on forward. It is asking me for more details. So as you can see, all of these details are not the required details. So I'm going to leave it as blank, and then we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully created a new profile with the same email address and the details. So I'm going to open my Klaviyo and check that with the help of same details, a new profile has been created in my Klaviyo account or not. So I'm going to open my Klaviyo, and over here we are going to refresh this page. And as you can see, profile demo user, and over here you can see the email, the phone number that we entered. So I'm going to open this. As you can see all the details that we entered over here, you can also see the address. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So I'm going to open my Instamojo account right over here. We are going to again share this page. We are going to copy this link and we are going to open this in a new tab so that we can do another test submission. So I'm going to click on enroll now, and over here it is asking me for the details. So I'm going to keep the details as first name test, last name user, email as testuser55@pabblytunes.com, and for the phone number I'm going to keep it as this. And now after entering all the details, I'm going to click on add delivery information, and we are going to add the delivery information as this, and then we are going to switch this button off and click on proceed to pay. And again it is asking me for the payment method, so I'm going to select UPI, and then we are going to do the payment again. And yes, you can see that we have successfully completed this payment, and over here you can see thank you for your order. So this means that we have successfully completed this payment, and now Instamojo has sent the details of our payment to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further enrolled this student in my Zenler course, and also created a new Klaviyo subscriber for the same details. So I'm going to open my Klaviyo and Zenler and check that if the details have been added there or not. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. First I'll directly open my Zenler account, and over here we are going to refresh this page. And yes, you can see test enrolled in course. So I'm going to open and see the details, and yes, over here you can see the same email, first name and last name. So with this our workflow is partially successful, and now I'm going to open my Klaviyo account and check that if a new subscriber has been created there or not. So I'm going to open my Klaviyo account, and over here you can see test user. Over here you can see the email, the phone number that we entered. So yes, with this our workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. For the trigger application we selected Instamojo. For the trigger event we selected new sale. For the action application we selected text formatter by Pabbly, and then for the action event we selected split text. Again for the action application we selected Zenler, and then for the action event we selected enroll user to a course. Again for the action application we selected Klaviyo, and then for the action event we selected create profile, because I wanted that as soon as a new sale is made in my Instamojo account, which is as soon as a new course is purchased in my Instamojo account, automatically the student should be enrolled in my Zenler course so that they get the instant access of the course. And also with the same details, a new profile or a new subscriber should be created in my Klaviyo account too, so that I can keep them updated with the future promotions. And yes, we were successful with our workflow. Over here I'm going to show you the 2 students I enrolled during this video into my course, which is PHP course for beginners. And over here I'm also going to show you my subscribers. Over here you can see dummy user and test user. So these were the 2 subscribers I created just now with the help of my workflow. With this our workflow is successful, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.